Hello, welcome to my podcast. My name is Diana, your host, and today we are diving into the world of alcohol beverages and more specifically wines. Wine is the alcohol beverage obtained from the fermentation of juicy or freshly gathered grapes. Let us now look at some of the factors influencing the quality of wines. And here we have factors. Number 1, climate and microclimate. This is where wine requires short winter with good supply of rain. Factor number 2, the nature of the soil and subsoil. This is where the soil should be relatively poor with a lot of pebbles, limestone, chalk, gravel or sand, and quite a good percentage of minerals. Factor number 3, vine family and grape species. There are many varieties of grapes used in producing wine. This grape variety have different characteristics that impact on the type of wine. Another factor, method of cultivation, which involve the practice of growing grapes. The good practice imparts the right characteristic to the grape varieties. Another factor, number 5, chemical composition of the grape. And factor number 6, method of wine making, which is how the wine is made from harvesting grapes to bottling of storage of the wines. Another factor is lack of the year. And number 8, we have aging and maturation process, where some wines mature or ferment faster than others. Now, let us look at the classification of wines. Wines are categorized into 4 main groups. Number 1, we have fortified wines. Number 2, aromatized wines. Number 3, organic wines. Number 4, we have still water, also called table wines. We shall narrow down and look at each of the categories and their examples. Let's start with still wines. Still wines, they are wines that lack carbonation. The alcohol content is between 9% to 15% by volume. Still wines comprise of the following wines. Number 1, we have red wine, which are produced by fermenting in contact with grape stains, from which the wine gets its color. Number 2, we have white wine, which are usually produced from white grapes, but grape juice is usually fermented away from the skins. Also, we have rose wines, which can be made in 3 ways: from black grapes fermented on the skins for up to 48 hours by mixing red and white wines together, or by pressing grapes so that some color is extracted. Number 4, we have sparkling wines. The most common sparkling wine is champagne, which is made in France. It is created by the secondary fermentation in the bottle. Let us go to the second category of wines, which is fortified wines. Fortified wines are the wines that have been strengthened by the addition of alcohol, usually a grape spirit. The grape spirit, that's brandy, is added during or after fermentation. Examples of fortified wines include sherry, port, madeira, and masala. Another category is aromatized wines. These are wines flavored and fortified wines. The flavoring include diamonds, quinine, bitters, orange, rose, cinnamon, and rosemary. The main examples include vermouths, which range from dry, sweet, rose, and red. Our last category, we have organic wines. The organic wines are wines known as green or environmentally friendly wines. They are made from grapes grown without artificial insecticides, pesticides, or fertilizers. Now let us look at some of the characteristics of wines. Now the characteristics are, as number 1, we have appearance and color, whether red or white or rose. The smell of the wine, which should be clean, and the taste, which confirms the impression formed by the appearance and smell. And another characteristic, we have aging potential, sweet or dry, where sweet has a high content of sugar. Like every other drink, wines should also have faults, and let us go straight to some of the faults, mostly the common faults we get in wines. Number 1, corked wines, which are affected by a diseased cork caused through bacterial action or excessive bottled age. Another fault, we have oxidation caused by bad storage, leading to too much exposure to air, often because the cork has dried out. Another fault, we have tartar flake, which is crystallization of potassium. And another fault, we have excess sulfur dioxide. Then we have cloudiness caused by suspended matter in the wine. Then we have sediments, which can be removed by decantation or fining. In closing, let's raise our glasses to the endless diversity and rich heritage of wines. Here's to the joy of exploring, tasting, and appreciating the wonderful world of wines. Cheers! Thank you for joining me. I've been your host, Diana. Until next time.